Alrighty, hello everyone. I don't really know how to do this because normally I have like the intro play and then yeah. Normally I'd have the intro play, but I don't have that today because we're doing this live, which is different. So it's I don't know. I guess we'll go ahead and just hop right into it. I was kind of expecting more people, but it's cool. It's like the middle of the afternoon, so we'll just go ahead and hop into it. So I've got three topics today. But we'll go ahead and hop into the first one. So my first topic I'm gonna be like I guess more asking today is UEFN killing the Fortnite creative space? And I kind of have a few thoughts on this, and then like obviously I'm gonna read chat and see what your guys' thoughts are too. But so the first thing I want to talk about, like UEFN killing creative. I don't think UEFN is killing creative, but I do think that it's definitely put a stale stop in certain things. And I'll talk about one of those later on. But I definitely think that UEFN has made it's very obvious where certain people lie as far as creative goes in Fortnite. So obviously when you had 1.0, it did not take a while for creators to learn what the like how to use it. It took maybe like you probably got used to it within around a week or two, and that was it. Like you were able to figure out what you were doing pretty quickly. And for how long has creative been out? Since 2019. So you figure for 4 years now, we have mastered the basics of 1.0 and have been able to create a lot of really cool creations, like a lot. But now that UEFN has dropped, not only do you have your 1.0 creators making stuff in creative, you also have the Unreal Editor, like the Unreal Engine dudes, like the people that actually do Unreal Engine 5. Like you have those guys doing stuff too. So it's just a little bit different because like that's like there's more people to it. So there's been like a big split because obviously your like Unreal Editor dudes, like legit Unreal Editor dudes, those guys are like blowing people out of the water with their UEFN stuff. And like we've seen the likes of like Atlas Royale and Reboot Royale and some of the horror maps like Scary Doll. Like I played some of them and they actually freak me out because of some of the animations that people have been making. And it's crazy what people have been able to do. But it's made a lot of, I think it's more or less made a lot of 1.0 creators either quit or they're having to like completely brainstorm new stuff because they haven't completely mastered UEFN yet. So, but I kind of want to hear your, like, look at your guys' thoughts too, to see if, like, what you guys think. So, just as we go on, let me know. But I'll go ahead and hop into the second topic, which is where are the Fortnite creative mini BRs? Like that's kind of that's it. So I think UEFN has been a big part of that. When creative started, you had a lot of mini BRs being made just because that was the big thing. People were excited to make their own like BR maps. So you had the likes of, and I'm gonna name drop a bunch of guys that you either have heard of or don't know, but like you had guys like Ben Dominator and Chompy Rex and Hunterfella and Fox Creates and Dreamscape. You had a lot of different guys making these maps, and they were like the big trinity of mini BR making. And then as those guys kind of fell down the totem pole, you had newer guys come out, which would have been like Jackus and Nova J and like the likes of those guys. And the fact that I only listed those two are kind of shows you where I'm at. Well, now you get to now. You have a lot of little guys making stuff, but none of them have enough recognition to withhold the community of like the name. Like when I think of mini BR creators, I don't think of anybody new. I think of the guys that have been making them for years, who are no longer making them because those guys have been switching to UEFN, which is kind of ties back into topic one. Mini BRs are completely almost obsolete right now because people are trying to figure out how to make them in UEFN. I think we can all agree that the only current mini BR, especially with Luke like Luke ending his map this weekend, I think that the only mini BR right now is Jackus with snapshots. And obviously, like, Sherb's in chat right now. Sherb has Horizons going on, and I've been making Oblivion. So obviously there's stuff like that. But as far as like a current map going on right now, you've got snapshots and that's it. And props to Jackus. And Jackus, here's the thing too. Jackus was literally gonna switch over to UEFN, but he had a bunch of issues with creations or with like mechanics not working, and so it wasn't able to go through. So there's not a lot going on. Sherb asks me, which would you say is the biggest creative mini BR? Right now, I'd say probably snapshots. I just got done saying that. Like, I think snapshots is currently the only mini BR out. I don't think there's anything really else. With Luke just ended his. If any of you guys haven't seen that, you need to go watch it, because Lucky Luke's map is awesome. Like, it was good. But like, you have little dudes like Dubbin's in chat right now. I've got a mini BR, like, it's like that's about to come out, and it's just like, but other than that, like, as far as like your big, like, who's the head of the totem pole, it's probably Jackus, and that's about it. But that's kind of the second topic, so I'll go ahead and just quickly go into the third. This is a lot shorter of a podcast than I thought it would be, but that's okay. It's just me again, so that's kind of how we roll. So the final thing is, what's next for me now that UEFN has changed the way publishing rights work? And if none of you guys know, I'll go ahead and give a spiel. So basically, when you first applied for a creator code, like before UEFN, what you would do is you'd have to apply for a code, and when you got the code, you would be given two things. You'd be given support a creator code, which allowed you to be supported in the item shop, and you'd be given publishing rights for creative maps. So it was a two different deal bargain. Now that UEFN has come out, they have split those two. So they would do, now you have to apply for a creator code, and that gets you the supported creator code, like, profit. But then you also have to go to the Creative Island hub, and that will give you publishing rights. So as you can see, I am not 18 years and older. Like, I have school stuff in the back. So when these two split to the ones, I only have the supported creator money. I don't get publishing rights anymore. So I can't publish any map I was going to make and publish for the public. It can't happen anymore, because they won't allow me to change anything. So that kind of sucks. And there's a lot of creators who I think have been screwed out of that. And I think that's one of the reasons why a bunch of creators have kind of gone stagnant as well. But I just wanted to say that, like, as far as me going, nothing's going to change. I stream my maps all the time. The only difference is that when I stream, like, normally I'd stream and nobody would join my lobby. Now I have to have people in my lobby. But I don't think that's going to change anything. It's going to be the same thing. My map normally has 32 players being able to play it. It's not going to be able to. The max is going to be 16. So that's all we're going to get. But that's pretty much it as far as the podcast goes. So if you guys have any questions, really quickly, go ahead and drop them in chat. But I don't want to sit here silent for too long, just because I don't want the podcast to be, like, stale for a while. Devin asks, who do you consider a little dude or a big dude in the mini BR community? I think it depends on the number, but I also think it depends on the popularity. And I don't want to get like, I don't even know the word. Cocky? I guess that'd be the word. But I think that as of right now, if you consider no content being made, no nothing, I think your big dudes are right now are Jackus and like, see, this is the thing. I don't even know. I'd say you're big. If you were to give a big three, I'd say you're, as of making content right now, today, there's content being made today, Jackus, Lucky Luke, and myself. But I don't want to, obviously you guys can have your own opinion. I just, like, the fact that I feel like I can't log into YouTube and watch any Fortnite creative content unless I'm making my own video kind of says a lot. And then you have other guys like Empire is a big dude, but he doesn't make content unless it's on his BR. Dubbin, you're kind of the same way. Like, there's people like that who do that sort of thing. But as far as like content daily or every other day or weekly, even, I'd say those are probably your big three. But yeah. Do you think you will return to your BR? Oblivion is going to be done. It sucks that I can't publish it, which is kind of giving me like a mood killer. But that's all that is. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be it for a podcast. I think maybe I'm only 10 minutes in, so I'm going to have to do stuff like later on or something. But yeah, I definitely am going to need to get new co-hosts because this podcast don't really work without other people bouncing off ideas. I think you can definitely tell the quality of the first podcast and the second podcast are completely different just because of that. But yeah, I appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.